Hello, good afternoon, happy Thursday. So listen, earlier today, you all, and I don't know why my brain it does this to me, but I was thinking about just previous relationships, right? Have you ever done that? I just find yourself thinking about, I guess, ruminating a little bit about the past, and so that's what I was doing. And so I was thinking about some of my past relationships, and I I guess a healthier version of me now is asking that hurt little girl back then, what the heck were you thinking? Right? And so I was just thinking about those previous relationships, and I asked myself, like, why? I asked myself a couple questions. Number one was, why? Like, why did you stay in it for so long? Right? Like, why did I stay in it for so long? And why did I take so much? Like, why did I take so much? Why did I take so much? And why did I stay in that relationship for so long? Right? And so I remember being in those relationships, and I remember the thought of being in love. That is where I resided in. I resided in the potential of it being a good relationship. I resided in the potential, in this fantasy of being in love. I wasn't receiving it, right? And it's not all of my relationships. Some of my relationships I was too broken to be in, if that makes sense. So some of my relationships were really with really good men, but I was too broken to be in it. Right? And so my brokenness and insecurities and my low self-esteem, it made me like kind of clingy, and it was hard for me to trust. And so, I was too broken to be in something healthy. Right? So I'm not talking about those relationships that, those were pretty good relationships. I was just broken. I wasn't healthy enough to be in that healthy relationship. I was way too broken. So I'm referring to the ones that were not healthy. They were extremely toxic. And I wondered, like, why did you stay in it for so long? And why did you take so much? Right? I remember a time when I don't even know if I want to. I'm not going to even go there, because I'm not going to go there. But just thinking about some stuff. And let me know in the comments if you just find yourself kind of, ruminating and just kind of thinking back on the past. I'm like, girl, why? Right? And so I found myself in that place today, and I was like, why did you take so much? Why did you stay in it for so long? And my answer to myself was that I was in love I was more in love with the thought of being in love than I was with myself. Like, I did not love myself at all. I did not love myself at all, but I was very much in love with the thought of being in love with someone. So I was more so in love with the thought and the potential of being accepted by somebody. I was more in love with the thought or the potential of being, a part of, of that feeling of being needed. So that part, I was so much engaged in that, and I wanted that so badly, right, that I forgot about me. I forgot that I needed to love myself first, right? And so I reside in the fantasy. And I want to just kind of check in with you all. How many of you stay in a relationship because you were in love, or you were attached to the potential? You were attached to the fantasy. You lived in a fantasy world of, I hope one day it could be, or it could be this way, right? Or I would really love for it to be like that. Listen, that's not reality. So if you're in a relationship and you're staying in it because you're waiting for some things to magically just change, you're not in reality. Okay? You're wasting your time. You're causing more hurt on yourself. And check this out. The longer you stay in something that's causing you pain, it just diminishes and diminishes and diminishes more and more the inner you. Like, it just diminishes more and more your self-esteem, your self-love, right? So you disappear more and more and more as you stay in that toxic, unhealthy relationship. You have to love yourself more than the thought of being in love. You have to love yourself more. Because if you don't love yourself, then you're entering into this relationship with really no standards and no values in place. And it's sort of like, I'll accept anything. Just whatever you got to offer, I'm okay with it. Right? No, sis, no, bro. No, you deserve better. Right? And so, if you're at that broken place, and I was. So what I had to do was to be alone. I had this epiphany. I just realized that, dang, Crystal, you really don't know how to be by yourself. There was a time where I did not know how to be alone. I went from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. I did not want to be by myself. The longest time that I was other than this time now, previously, the longest time I was by myself was 6 months. And I remember, and I don't even know if I can really count that, because I had little short boyfriends in between, but I wasn't allowing them to come and stay with me. I was in my apartment for 6 months, and I remember it was just me and my kids. And so I was alone, but not really, because I still had my little boyfriends, right? It wasn't really a serious relationship, but it was still someone there. And so I can't even really count that. So if I can't really count that, then that means that prior to this time, this season in my life, I had never really been by myself. And what that does is it robs you an opportunity of getting to know who you are, getting to know your likes and your dislikes, getting to know your values, getting to know your standards, to create standards for yourself, right? Because the more you stay lost, and the more you stay broken, you're really accepting and opening yourself for any and everything. Any and everything. And so I just want to encourage you all, this channel promotes self-care, inner healing, and self-love. This is what this channel is about. And so think about, if you're currently in, or you are on the other side of it where you're taking a break from relationships because you have realized you are entering into the same toxic relationship over and over and over, and you're now at this place where you're tired of it, so you're taking a break so you can heal. Great. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you, because that's needed. That is really needed. You need to be whole entering into a relationship. Two broken people do not equate to wholeness. Two broken people do not equal wholeness. It doesn't. It equals heartache. It equals baggage. It equals frustration. It equals stress. It equals insecurities being heightened. Right? And so, I just want to get on here, because again, if I'm feeling like this, who else is feeling like this? If I experience this, who else is experiencing this? So I just want to encourage somebody, listen, love you. Love yourself more than the thought of being in love. Because many of you are staying in a relationship because you are in love with the potential. You're in love with what it could be and what you hope it could be. You're in love with a fantasy. I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade, but haven't you been in that long enough? Haven't he or she shown you who they are long enough? If a person shows you who they are, believe it. Believe it. I think one of the things, too, that kept me in those relationships was that I thought I can change them. I thought loving them enough could change. Not in my case. Maybe y'all experience it, but not in my case. I ran myself raggedy. And nope. No. Right? You'll be amazed at what your healthier self, the decisions that you start making. You'll be amazed at yourself at what a healthier version of yourself will not tolerate. You'll be amazed at what your healthier version of yourself would not allow. You will not waste your time. Because now you realize my time is valuable. I am valuable. I am special. I am a jewel. And I'm not attaching it to trash. I am not attaching all of this greatness that's on the inside of me to someone that does not appreciate it. I am not going to waste time and energy on someone that is not trying to invest in me in the way I am going to invest in them. You cannot be in a relationship by yourself. And many of you are in a relationship by yourself. If there's a date night, you're planning everything. If you don't plan it, it's not going to happen. If you don't plan it, it will not happen. You're in a relationship totally by yourself. If you don't go and engage, engage in making this romantic dinner, it's not going to happen. Like you are in a relationship by yourself. You're doing way too much. That person should be matching your energy, not you going all the way and they're doing nothing in return. Stop doing that. Stop selling yourself short. This day, choose not to sell yourself short. You're better than that. So, but it all starts with loving self. Because if you don't love yourself, then you will do just that. You will be okay with being in a relationship by yourself. Actually, you're not okay. You're hurting and you want things to change. But because you are attached to the fantasy and attached to the hope of it changing, is keeping you stuck. But you're really not happy. You're really not happy. And so, love you. Love you. Like, love on you. Right? Ask yourself, what's the longest time in your life you've actually been by yourself? Ask yourself that. What is the longest time you've actually been by yourself? And in being by yourself, you enjoyed it. You took care of you. You invested in you. You did things, right? You are happy. You are at peace. You know? So think about that. When was the last time you were by yourself? You stayed by yourself. You dated yourself. You got to know yourself. You fell in love with yourself, right? You understood who you are. You understood your standards, your values. You understood your your needs, your wants, right? So you allowed time for you to get to know who you are, so you can fill in the blank of who you are. That makes sense? You allowed time for yourself to learn who you are, so you can fill in the blanks of who you are. Right? A person can't tell you who you are. They'll try it. And if you don't know who you are, you're going to settle for this image or label that a person places on you. So if you have low self-esteem, right? And this person that you are in love with come and tell you that you're good for nothing, or the only thing you're good for is opening up your legs, or giving them all of your money. If they tell you that's all that you're good for, and you don't know what your value is, chances are you'll start believing that. And you will allow them to mistreat you. You would allow them to just handle you any kind of way, to disrespect you. You would allow it because you have not taken the time out to get to know who you are, so you can fill in the blanks of who you are. Right? You are special. You are wonderfully made. You are the apple of God's eye. God did not make a mistake when He created you. He did not make a mistake at all. He doesn't make mistakes. He's perfect in all His ways. He's perfect in everything that He do. Right? So you are perfect. You are perfect just as you are. Granted. Okay, so let's say that you have some imperfections that you want to to work out. Okay? I call them love handles. I have a little pouch, a little pooch, I guess you want to call it. Okay, I don't like that. It's imperfection, right? And I can do something about that. I can work out. I can change my diet, right? And so, if those are little imperfections, right? And I would say in a healthier way, not go and do something very dramatic and traumatic to your body, but in a healthier way, if there are things that you would like to change about yourself, then change it, right? In a healthy way, and make sure you're doing this from a place of wholeness, and a place of a healthy mindset, and a healthy and emotional state. Because if you're making these corrections on yourself from a place of brokenness, you're about to go overboard. You're about to do some stuff that's going to be irreversible, and then that's going to cause more insecurities. So I am not saying make these changes on yourself, and I'm not just saying physical. I am not. So if you would like to improve your memory, right? There are so many activities out there, so many games that you can do on your phone that will improve your memory, right? If you want to improve your skin, look and see what kind of products is out there. What is the healthier eating? See what's out there for you, right? If you want to boost your energy, right? See what's out there. Some natural things out there for you to improve that. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is, from a healthy and a healthy emotional and mental place, if you feel there are changes that you would like to make to improve self, do that. But do it from a healthier mental and healthy mental and emotional state. Because if you're making these changes from a broken place, you're about to mess some stuff up. You're about to go and get double D's. You're about to go get BBLs. You're about to go get a nose job. You're about to do some stuff that is, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Please do not misunderstand what I'm saying. Okay, if you want to smaller waistline in a healthier way, right? Work out, exercise, change your diet, right? If you notice that you have high blood pressure or high blood pressure runs in your family, okay, change your diet, make some life changes that can improve that. Okay, so why am I going down this little tangent, right? And it all circles back to loving thyself. Love yourself. When you love yourself, when you're in a healthier and a whole place, you move differently. I'm telling you, you move differently. The things that you used to waste your time on, you won't waste your time on that. The things that you used to allow to hurt you, you won't give it a second thought. The things that you would give into and compromise to, you will not. Okay? And so, just want to encourage you all, love you, right? And if you are in a place of brokenness, in a place of insecurities, and if you are able to be alone, because some people are in a marriage, they're married and they're going through that, right? And so that means you have to kind of go through that while being in your marriage. I don't know. Let me just get off that topic, because I am not finna. I'm going to get off that topic. That is very sensitive, and it is personal from relationship to relationship. So I'm not going to get on here and talk general about marriages when it's personal. I'm not. Nope, you almost got me on that one. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. So I'm removing my mouth off of marriages. I'm not getting into that. No. Self-love is what I'm talking about right now. Self-love is what I'm talking about. Right? Love you more than a thought of being in love. Love you more than a thought of wanting to be accepted. Right? So you can love the thought of being accepted and being a part of something so much that you completely forget about yourself. You will put yourself in harm's way. You know that group of people don't like you. You know that this person is always insulting you. You know this person do not have your best interest at heart. You know this. But because you want to belong, because you love the thought of being alone more than you love yourself, you will put yourself in harm's way. You will go along with the plan knowing these people do not like you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, right? You would go out with this guy knowing all he wants is sex. You know it, because that's how it always end up. That's how it always roll. It's a routine. That's how it's a pattern. That's how it always end up. So you know it. And then he doesn't call you and whatever. So you know the pattern. But because the thought of being needed or being wanted is so much more impressing and so much more impressive and so much more of this happier or fluffier feeling than being in love with yourself, you will put yourself back in that pain, back in that situation that's going to make you feel like dirt. So what I'm saying is, love yourself more than the thought of being in love. Love yourself more than the thought of wanting to be accepted. Love you more. And don't be afraid to be alone. And don't be afraid to be a leader. Don't be afraid to walk alone when it calls for that. Don't be afraid to walk away when it calls for that. So that's what I wanted to share on this wonderful Thursday. It's nice outside, y'all. I was gonna do an afternoon stroll, but I said, I don't want to. But yeah, that's all. Just love yourself more than a thought of being in love. Remove yourself from being in a relationship with potential. With the let me revise that. Let me reword that. Because you do want potential. You want someone that has some high potential. Someone that has. But what I'm saying is, don't live in this fantasy. Remove yourself from attaching yourself to a fantasy. Right? And what I mean by potential, let me just elaborate a little bit more. The potential of it being better. The potential of it being what you want. The potential of it, of that need that you have, the potential of that need one day getting met. So it's almost like gambling, right? What keeps gamblers keep coming back is the thought of, this is going to be it. Okay, well, the next time is going to be it. I'm going to hit. I'm going to win. I remember we went on a cruise. We went on a cruise one year, and in the casino they had this. Now I don't know how to gamble. I don't know about slots. I don't know about any of that, and so I stay away from it. But what I was able to play was, dang y'all, what is it called when they have they have like different prizes on the inside of it, and you have to have this little arms or whatever where you can pick up the prize and then it drops into the little door. You can have your prize. I can't remember what that is called, but they had one of those in this casino. But the thing was, it was money, and so they had like these little stacks of money, right? Stacks of ones, stacks of fives, stacks of 20s, stacks of 10s, like in this little vending machine, I guess. And then this little arm would come down and it'll pick it up. And if it holds on to it all the way to it gets to the door, it drops it. It drops it, and then that's your prize, right? And so I played that. And I played it a few times. But every time in my mind, it was the next time. Ooh, the next time I'm gonna hit it. Ooh, the next time I'm gonna hit it. The next time I'm gonna hit it, right? I think that's similarly to relationships, these broken and toxic relationships that we continuously to stay in. Because we have this thought that one day this day is gonna be different. This day he's gonna treat me differently. She's gonna treat me differently. Okay, this day is gonna be different. This day is we are in love with the fantasy, the potential of it getting better. We really don't have we have evidence that it's not going to get better, but we ignore it. We don't have evidence that this person is going to change for you. We don't have evidence that this person is going to work at whatever it is that's causing the pain and the heartache. You don't have you have the evidence that this person is not going to he's not going to make you happy, sis. She's not going to change, bro. She's not. I mean, maybe she's not. So you're kind of wasting your time there, right? But we are in love with the what if, and they could, and it could be like this. It could be great. It could be. It could be. It could be, but that's who want to stay in the reality of it could be. Who want to stay in the reality of it could be. Okay? And so, I had to get that out because I'm like, Crystal, you really wasted a lot of time. You went through a lot of hurt. You did a lot of bleeding. Like I was, oh my God, in a bad place. It required a lot of healing. And my process of healing required me to be alone for a while. I had to really be alone. I had to get to know who I am, because for so long I allowed people to tell me who I was. Not only did I let people tell me who I was, it was like I was a chameleon. Those animals, that little reptile that changes itself to fit the environment. That was me. Whomever I was with at the time, I became a different person to meet their need, to meet what they want, to meet their world. I would shrink myself, change myself to fit into their world. I didn't matter. My wants didn't matter, right? I put all of that to the side so I can be what you need and what you want, in hopes of you will love me back, in hopes of you will accept me, in hopes of things will get better. No, you don't want to live like that. That's not healthy. That's not a healthy way to live. No, no. Love you first. Love you first. Love you first. When you're on an airplane and they go through the safety measures and they tell you if there's, low oxygen and a mask drop, you put your mask on first before helping someone. It's a reason for that. That's not being selfish. It's not being selfish. It is, especially if you have children. If you have children, right? They tell parents, put your mask on first before you help your child. Because actually, in not doing so, if you don't have oxygen and your child is not able to get it, guess who is now in danger? The both of you. The both of you. So it's wiser for you to put on your mask so you can be good, so you can be okay, so you can be in a place where you're able to help others, help your child, able to help. That's why it's important for you to love yourself first. You can't. What is it that you're pouring out if you don't have anything on the inside of you? What is it that you're pouring out if you don't have anything on the inside of you? So take care of you first. Love you first. Love you first. It's very important because you matter. Love you first. Okay? And remove the fantasy. Remove the fantasy. What you see is exactly what it is. What you see is exactly what it is. Yeah, you're in a relationship all by yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Had you not planned that whole date, that date wouldn't have happened. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Right? It is exactly what you're seeing. It is exactly what you are perceiving. It is that way. He isn't trying to get a job. She isn't trying to get a job. She wants to live off you. He wants to live off you. It's exactly that way. Don't put anything else in that. Oh, I'm just being supportive because, I got to have his back. I got to have her back. Who has your back? Who has your back? Who has your back? And why are you placed in that position to where you got to do it all? Right? So, anyway. Ooh, y'all, I've been through some stuff. It's past due for a story time. And I think I'm going to have one for you tomorrow. I try to be very careful with my story times because I don't know if I can trust y'all. People are so judgmental, right? And I don't care. You know what? I just answered my question. I don't care. Whatever. So, yeah, I think I will do a story time on tomorrow. I'm just trying to see of what parts of my life do I want to pull from, right? Because it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't know how much you all can handle. I really don't. I'm still getting to know you all. You're still getting to know me. So I don't know what you can handle. I don't know. But you can put in the chat for me or in the comments. Let me know what you would like for me to talk about. Let me know what you will. Yeah. I know I can't ask. Let me know what you would like for me to share about my life because you don't really know my life. So if you have any questions for me, put it in the chat. Or I keep saying chat. Put it in the comments for me. Have any questions? Put in the comment for me. Yeah. I'll gauge it. I'll look at the question. Right? I do want to set some boundaries. But I will, I don't mind being vulnerable because I made it through. Right? And if my testimony, if my story can encourage someone, then yeah, okay, I'll put myself on the chopping block. I will. Right? Because I'm on the other side of it. Am I perfect? Heck no. I still have some ways to go, but I am nowhere near the broken crystal I used to be, and I thank God for that. I am nowhere near the broken crystal who I used to be. I am by myself, and I enjoy it. I went out to eat one day this week. I want to say, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I have this restaurant, y'all. Oh, it's so good. It's, one of my favorite restaurants. I love to eat. But it's one of my favorite restaurants. And so after work, I said, you know what? I'm going to go and treat myself. Went out to eat by myself. I did have my phone and watching my movie. I like Twilight Zone. I was watching Twilight Zone, I believe. Had my little headphones in. Honey, had my little shrimp and my crab, little crawfish and my little crab. The girl, honey, yes. I was enjoying myself Had my little plate. Well, you know how you have to, you crunching the, the little, the scales and the little skin. You gotta have a whole other plate for all of that, right? Because you don't, you eat it, you put it there. Oh yeah. Ooh, I might go today. That was really good. I enjoyed the point I'm trying to make is that I enjoy I am happily single. I enjoy dating myself. There was a time when I could not say that. I was all lonely and I just needed some companionship, and it doesn't matter who felt that that space. I just needed someone to be there. Oh, girl, stop. Girl, bye. No, we're not at that place now. Now I can wait. Now I can be patient. Yeah, I can be patient. Yep. Because I'm learning now that little loneliness feeling, it goes away. For me, it does anyway. There are times like, oh man, I really want to hang out with somebody. And like, okay, Crystal, chill. That little moment, it'll go away. And it always does. It always does. And I'm not going to be single forever, but right now I'm happily single. This is my choice. I choose to be single right now. Right? So, anyway, that's all for me. I did not think I was going to be here for 30-some minutes at all. Because I just wanted to encourage someone. Just want to let someone to know to love on you. Love you first. Be more in love with you than a thought of being in love. Okay? All right. So that's all I have. Again, happy Thursday. I think I'm going to treat myself this evening to dinner. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because I really don't want to go and cook anything. So, yep, I think I'm just going to treat myself to dinner and then go home, get ready for bed, and just do it all again on Friday. Right? So anyway, and I will have a story time on tomorrow. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to talk about. Right? So, leave me some comments. Right? Like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate you. This is Crystal Battle. My channel is Crystal Battle Inner Healings. Promoting self-care, self-love, and inner healing. Be blessed. Until next time. Bye-bye.